Hi, I'm Martha Hutchinson, and this is my presentation on Microsoft Sway. Sway is part of the Microsoft Office suite of apps. It's part of your Office 365 subscription. Sway is an interactive presentation tool whose purpose is to help you convey concepts rapidly, easily, and clearly. Sway is also designed to be used across multiple platforms, such as tablets, phones, and computers. Here's a list of Microsoft's suggested uses for Sway. Sway can also be used for creating tutorials, which lends itself nicely as a blended learning solution. You can embed video files into your Sways, even ones that you've created in Articulate and Captivate. It just takes a while to download, so please be patient. Let's learn how to Sway. Since Sway is part of Office 365, you'll need to log into your account in order to use it. A couple of different options. You have the option to create new, which means you're starting your Sway from scratch. You can start from a topic. If you give Sway a topic, it'll actually create an outline for you, and start from a document. You can create a project from a Word document or even a PowerPoint presentation. The other option I'd like to point out to you is tutorials. I highly recommend checking out all the tutorials that Microsoft has created for Sway. There's also a section called My Sways. It will display all the Sways that you've created. It'll also show you any that you've deleted, which is kind of nice in case you decide you really didn't mean to delete that Sway. Microsoft also provides you with a templates section and a section of featured Sways, so you can go and maybe get some inspiration. I'm going to demo using a document that I created for work on the ADDIE model. It has a title, text, there's headings, and also images within this document. So when you select Start from a document, you then need to pick where that document is stored on your computer. And then Sway will import it and make decisions based on the layout of your Word document. Storyline. This is where now I have my first card selected, and you'll know that it's selected because it's outlined in green and you have this little plus sign at the bottom. If I select this plus sign, it gives me some suggested things that I can insert into my Sway, such as headings, text, images. I can stack images and upload. With text, it'll give you the heading 1 and text. With media, this is where you can insert images, video, audio, or you can embed, and then group allows you to group your images. Another thing that you can do is if you want to emphasize or make things bold, if you highlight them, you have emphasize, which will make it bold, or accent that will italicize. Now to show you the link option, I am going down to my second card where I have the word ADDIE. I'm going to highlight that, and I have instructionaldesign.org, their ADDIE model page, that I want people to come and check out if they want to learn more about ADDIE. So I'm going to copy that link and then select link and paste that in. So now that will be a hyperlink in the Sway presentation. Now if I want it to stand out more, I just highlight it and then click emphasize, and it will be more bold for me. If you decide you do not want a card, you have the trash can. That's going to delete the entire card for you, and you could add a different card in with your insert content plus sign. Now if I wish to add an image or a background, it's kind of nice. Let me go ahead and add an image. So I just click the plus sign, hit image. So Microsoft will make suggestions for you. If I click this drop down under suggested, you'll see that you can go to your OneDrive or to OneNote or to Flickr, Bing, even your own device. Or if you want to search for an image, it pulled in the ADDIE model for me, but if I decide I want something else, like maybe I want an image of a dog here for some reason, I can just type dog and it will go and search the internet for dogs. So easy enough to do. You just drag and drop the image over to where the image square is. But since dogs have nothing to do with the ADDIE model, I'm not going to do that. So as you can see, pretty easy to add images, delete, and do your editing. You change the style or the look and feel of your sway. Since I imported a document, Sway made decisions for me on the look and feel of my sway. And I'm not particularly excited about what it selected for me, so I'm going to show you guys how we can go in and change the style. So over on the right, you have a Styles button. So I'm going to go ahead and select that, and it then brings up a pane on my right where I can do a couple of different things. Now Remix is kind of like spin the wheel and see what other style Microsoft Sway will give you. So if I click Remix, it'll go out and select another style for me. So again, I mean, it's pretty basic. I'm not really fond of that one. So I could continue to sit here and click on Remix until I find one I like, or I can go and actually find a style down here that I like. So a couple other things. This basically shows how your presentation will scroll. So I have found that I prefer the vertical scrolling, but that's just me, so that's just going to be up and down. If you select horizontal, your sway will have arrows that you can go to the right or move to the left. So this one, I think it feels a little off to me for this particular presentation, so it's not my favorite. And then slides is really kind of reminiscent of PowerPoint to me, and so why not just do a PowerPoint if you're going to do slides? But I guess it all just depends on your preference and the topic as well. So some other things, since it selected this particular style for me, maybe it's the color that's really throwing me off. I'm going to switch back to vertical. So maybe I'm not really fond of, you know, the colors that it's using. So I can select customize, and I can pick a different color from the curated colors, or I can do a custom color. In the sway that I did for work on this presentation, I actually switched the main headings to Intermountain Blue. So I just typed in the hex code down here, or you can do a comma separated RGB code and it will use that color, which I think is really great. You also have your different color palettes within this particular style that Sway picked for me, and then it also selected the font for me. So if I click the down arrow on font, it'll bring up all the other fonts that are available in Sway. So maybe I really think that the Kairos Distressed one would look better. You know, I think it just all depends on what you prefer. Now if I really don't like this style altogether, I'm going to click back, and if I scroll down I can see a bunch of different style options. So I think it just depends on what it is you're looking for, and again what you're presenting. So that turned everything, you know, black and white, which isn't so bad, but maybe it's not really what I'm looking for. We'll go with this split pea soup color. Again, not my favorite. These ones tend to have the backgrounds to them, and if you scroll to the right you can see there's various backgrounds. So you can pick and choose what you like. I have found that I prefer this top line really. I think they're a nice look. They have a really good feel to them, and since Intermountain Healthcare uses a lot of blue, I tend to go for that in what I create. So this isn't exactly the right blue, so again I could hit customize and add that custom color. And if I decided I wanted to change the font, I can do that right here. So kind of some nice features that you can do with customizing your Sway. The next option I'd like to show you is the play button. If you come up and select play, it is going to show you how your Sway is going to appear to other people. So it's filling my screen. I can scroll down. You'll notice that some of the titles and images kind of have this, they'll come at you or come in from the side. As you're scrolling through this, if you notice a couple things, like with this image, I think it's really small, so I'm going to want to change that. All I have to do is come back up here and select Edit. And then I can go through and fix that. Once your Sway is ready and you have it the way you want it, you can share it. It can be shared on social media, as an embeddable link on a website, and by sending the link in an email. To share your Sway, simply select Share. You're presented with a couple of options. You can invite people to view your Sway or even edit your Sway. So here's the link. If you want to copy the link, simply click your copy link right there. Nice little button. It will copy it for you, and then you can go and copy that or paste that into an email. You can also get something called a visual link, which I've used in the past. I think it's kind of, a great little feature. So if I copy that, it will put that into an email or wherever else I'm sharing it. Also under Share, you have the option to share to Facebook, to Twitter, to LinkedIn, or to get the embed code. If you're using your work account, your share options are slightly different than on your personal Microsoft account. You will have options to send the link or share your Sway with specific people or groups, with those in your organization with the link, or with anyone with a link. Here are my questions. How can you see Sway being used as a blended learning solution within organizations? And after learning a little bit about Sway, did you notice any limitations that might prevent you from using it as a blended learning solution? Thank you for watching. For more information, check out sway.com.